All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about a big fight coming up on December 9th that I hope does very well, but is up against some very serious competition, and that is Devin Haney and Regis Prograis. And Gervonta Davis taking a couple seconds to respond to his name being tossed around in the lead into that fight. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to be in the 140-pound division where Devin the Dream Haney will be defending his belt that people are acting like is his against a guy that just holding it for him named Regis Prograis. At least that's the way people are acting about this fight. And like the fact that the fight is going to be in the Bay Area instead of being in some neutral territory where Regis Prograis will actually have a chance on the cards. Because man, after that Lomachenko fight with Devin Haney that took place in another hometown of Devin Haney's, look, man, ain't Las Vegas. I'm believing Regis Prograis is going to need a knockout to get a draw there. Now, people have been asking me about my take on this press conference and the back and forth going on between the strength and conditioning coach for for Regis Prograis and Bill Haney and Devin Haney. And the only thing that I found interesting about it, honestly, was the conversation about Devin Haney and why Devin Haney is not saying the name of Gervonta Davis. And look, the obviousness is this, and I'm going to answer the question about why he's not saying Gervonta Davis's name. And Gervonta Davis, for his part, responded on Instagram when he put up a picture and said Al Heyman. Now, I think he misspelled Heyman, but that's all right, man. He went phonics on it. He said Al Heyman. And he put that out the very same day with a bunch of pictures of himself, which I'm going to take the liberty of interpreting as, Devin, call Al Heyman. I will fight you. And the trainer, the strength and conditioning trainer of Devin Haney, of Regis Prograis, was 100% correct in what he said, even though a lot of people are focusing on the insults to private school kids. Man, there's a lot of private school people that got mad about that. Can't insult Regis Prograis. You cannot insult a good education. Okay? We need a good education. If you got the money to put somebody in a private school or to hire private tutors for your kids, if you are interested in your kids being able to fulfill their financial potential, and as a consequence, have a bit of an easier life as it results to all of the essentials, you might want to take advantage of that. You know what I mean? Just like you need a good boxing trainer, if you're not going to be out there in the world being a boxer, and even later on, you may need that. So I understand the criticism that he got about that. I wouldn't have done it. Won't criticize him for it, but at least I can see where it's coming from. On the flip side, though, Devin's reaction to what he said about why didn't you fight Shakur, and why don't you say Gervonta Davis's name? I have an answer to that, and it is in the face-off between the two of those guys. If you did not notice how much bigger Devin Haney is than Regis Prograis, I think that you may have missed an important part of this fight coming up. Devin Haney is not as much taller than him as I thought he was, but he's about that much taller, like half a head taller, not half a head, maybe like comes up to maybe the middle of his forehead. But the size of Devin Haney's head and the size of his body was significantly bigger than Regis Prograis, even though Regis Prograis is a guy that has been fighting at 140 pounds for his whole career. And Devin is the former undisputed lightweight champion who's been at 135 pounds his entire career. So what does that have to do with Gervonta and Shakur, that's the reason they ain't not going to fight. Okay? That's the reason that they're not going to fight. Devin Haney is not going back down to 135. I do not believe it. I do not believe it. I do not believe it. His body adjusting to fighting at 140, and he's going to he's going to jump back down to 135 pounds. No, man. All that is his, in my opinion, what I suspect is that he is going to use those belts and hold those belts as leverage for whatever fight he wants to do next. Like, hey, if I don't want to do that, I can still do this. At this point in time, though, because I don't think that it is because he's afraid of Shakur Stevenson, even though I don't think he can win that fight. Okay, Shakur Stevenson and Regis Prograis, you can say what you want about the 25% and you wanted too much money and all of that stuff. If you ignore that stuff and you just look at the fighters themselves and you think, I wonder why he would fight this guy for his belted WBC belt instead of fighting this guy to defend his WBC belt. And you watch this guy, who's Shakur Stevenson, actually fight, and you watch that guy, who is Regis Prograis, actually fight, the answer becomes blatantly apparent. Oh, he may be able to beat that guy. He ain't beating that guy. Kind of like, what if you're going to go to a park and there's some players out there and you're going to bet $100 on a one-on-one basketball game, and did you see one guy is LeBron James and the other guy is Pee Wee Herman? Okay, I'm taking Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee Herman, for all I know, may be able to hoop, but I don't think he can hoop, and he may beat me. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat. I think I said the example was LeBron James, right? I don't think I can beat LeBron James, or I don't think I can beat Kyrie Irving. I think I'll take the easier route, and that goes for both Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Davis. And the problem again with Gervonta is even double, because he can't play the game with Gervonta about, here, why don't you take 25% for this opportunity to become the undisputed champion? And because Gervonta is going to look at him like, man, I don't want them belts. I want to fight you, and here's your 10%, and he will probably pay him more. Here's your 10% for the opportunity to fight me, because that's going to be more than your 75% of fighting them. Right? The same thing. But anyway, it's all fun. I think Devin Haney has gone out of that weight class, and he's a 140-pounder, and we'll see what he can do with the guys up there. But believe you me, they're going to keep that connection going on between him and Gervonta Davis and Shakur, because those are bigger names than the guys at 140, for the sake of, continuing to market himself, man, and keeping those belts as long as he can for leverage in negotiations. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. Please let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Peace.